25 seats. So they have lost seats, but they're looking at the possibility of holding that balance of power. We'll go over now to Ottawa. Patricia?
All right, Mitsumi, well, we know Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, now has a seat elected in Nepean, but next door in Carleton, so interesting in this riding, as results have just started to trickle in, and the early ones with about 5 polls reporting.
5 out of 266
the Liberal
polls.
Bruce Banjoy with the lead over Conservative leader
Pierre Poilievre.
Now,
Bruce
very
Banjoy
interesting does not necessarily mean Poilievre is in trouble. Maybe it means
oh my gosh, it's getting closer!
One of those rat dogs.
I don't want to complain about
That's
that
cool.
when I hear
They're just starting with Pierre. They just started in a couple out of the 5 polls that have been counted.
Come on, Conservatives!
In liberal areas.
As those results start to come in
I'm not
again,
worried
there were
yet.
91 names.
No need to worry about that.
Ballot. Now, elsewhere outside the city of Ottawa, Conservatives are doing well as expected. A rural riding that has typically gone very well. Stormont, Dundas, Glengarry, where incumbent.
Let me lower. Let me. Oh shit! Maybe I can't hear.
Conservative MP is now elected tonight, his 3rd term there, and another rural riding with historically strong support for the Conservatives.
Okay. Hello.
Michael Barrett ran away with a win in 2021. That was his second.
Hi.
Yay! How's it going?
From Liberal support in 2004 has not looked back since. So
We are winning some Overwatch.
Oh. Is Ellie gone? Ellie gone? Oops.
Yes, Patricia, well, as the results roll into the vote-rich Greater Toronto area, we've really got our eye on the 905 suburban belt, because this, as far as we're concerned,
Sunstone. Yay! Yay! All right.
Nursing homes where people can go vote, and they've only counted 5 out of 266 of them. Polling stations that they have to count at.
But that is a potential pickup for the Conservatives.
York Centre, look at that. York Centre could scoop up.
This is a new riding,
and flip from the Libs.
We have determined here at CTV that the Conservative candidate here, Jacob,
it's
ward councillor, he is taking this riding, so it does signal that people in this part of the country are hungry for some change. And we got
it's got the check mark, which means it's confirmed.
That are potential Conservative gains at this stage, so it really does tell the story
Bob
of
Zimmer,
keeping the Liberals'
just one
power
PG
in check
at a
in
boy.
this election. Let's go over to Calgary.
At a boy?
Thank you, Michelle. Right now in Alberta, I can tell you it is pretty much a sea of blue. 30
yes! Of course.
Right now,
it's Alberta.
Are leading or elected, and we want to zoom in a little bit closer and see what's happening in Edmonton this hour. Right now, 8 of the 9 Edmonton ridings.
Andrew Scheer won his riding again.
Leading or elected in 8 of the 9 Edmonton ridings, going for the Conservatives there. So only one riding for the NDP in Edmonton. That's Edmonton Strathcona. This one's not a surprise. Heather McPherson is a 2-time NDP MP there. She's very popular. She won with 60% margin last time. But I want to turn your attention to Edmonton Gateway. This is Tim Upple's riding. He's expected to win here. He is a 5-term MP, but it's the independent candidate here, Rod Loyola.
But
there's also room to grow for the Conservatives.
He was running for the Liberals. He's a former NDP MLA. He resigned to run for the Liberals.
Vincent Ho, massive lead in Richmond Hill South, Conservative, snagging that from the Liberal.
Speaking positively in support of Hamas and Hezbollah at an anti-NATO rally. So they dumped him. He decided he was going to still run in this running as an independent candidate. He had already ordered about 2,000 Liberal signs. He said, I'm keeping them, I'm using them. He just used a piece of tape that they were Liberal and some other slogans, and he used them anyway. He basically came out and said, hey, they're the color red. I'm using these signs. The Liberals weren't happy about it. The Liberal candidate wasn't happy about it. So we'll have to see tonight if he pull some votes away from that Liberal candidate.
Sorry, guys. I might have missed some messages in the chat. Don't freeze.
We mentioned that BC was full of close races, plenty of two-way races and three-way races, because the NDP has traditionally done very well in BC. Now that CTV is declared majority government, Liberals try to hold on.
Oops. I need to close some windows or something. Have too much stuff going at once. I don't know if you guys can hear the video, but yeah, it's becoming closer, a tighter race. Sorry for all the noise. Must be annoying. For any of those who don't like too much noise, I totally understand. Desolate Mirror, how's it going? Oh shit. Why did I think this guy was on my side? Uh-oh. Blame Canada. What do Canadians think of Terrence and Philip from South Park? What do I think about Terrence and Philip from South Park? I guess they're funny. I always thought that South Park was a Canadian show, even though like they separated Americans and Canadians in the show. Ha! By 2 now? Oh shit. My team is up there. Sorry for... I feel like I've missed a bunch of messages in the chat. If there's anything you want me to read that I missed, feel free to type it in again. Hey, why'd it go down? 51. Oh shit, low disk space, guys. Why do I keep thinking this guy's on my team? I don't understand. Uh-oh, not Ham. Ha ha ha! Hey, why'd it go down? Why'd it go down by 2? Don't celebrate early. I know. What the heck is this fluctuation? It's 5, it's 8, it's 4. I guess... I guess it's just... predictions? Does the conservative dude get along with Trump? I think he does.
In the energy sector,
No, he doesn't. And FYI, Trump endorsed the liberal guy. That's only because the liberal guy is weak and will run Canada, will continue running Canada to the ground, which would then mean that Trump can annex. So, of course, he would endorse the liberals. Wait, why is it going down? No. I feel like I saw somebody new in here. Desolate Mirror, does Canada use based preferential voting or backwards American first past the post? That's a good question. It's not, our voting is different than American voting, if I'm not mistaken. Like, we vote for someone who's like local, and then, but you know, that someone could be conservative, liberal, Green Party, NDP, etc., independent. And then I guess that's how it works. So they have to win. It's all just different systems. What the heck? Why does this keep going down? Hopefully that was a clever ruse to make liberals vote the other way, so they'd actually vote for conservative. Ah, could be. It's a good point. Enjoying. Wait, maybe I should play this more. 9 out of 200. What? Jag me emojis in the chat. Can we get some Jag me emojis in the chat? They're free. Follower emojis. Oops. I died. I'm so sorry. Let's hope for Canadian freedom. Yes, John. Cons made a comeback. Let's see how this sits. That's right, Pep Talks. We're gonna see. Boring Sombra. Oh yes, America has the electoral college vote, so president doesn't win on a popular vote. So like I didn't vote like Pierre Poilievre, for example. I voted Nicolas Pham because he's the guy for this area. Of what? Does that make sense? Yeah, those are the ones, Jer. We are first past the.
I must return to my post. I think what we're going to need is for Mr.
Oh, excuse me. America has the electoral. Oh wait. Uh-oh.
To the center, because
Uh-oh.
right now,
Frozen.
as you said, he's got that basement full of left-wing socialist voters. I'm not sorry, NDP voters.
Not sure that's an exact quote.
But at least Carney's on us progressive.
And captivating music street. More spending than Trudeau ever did.
Whoa. Shit! I let you all die, I'm sorry. No! Permission to initiate riot if the Conservatives win. Permission granted. in chat only.
Is joking about us being a 51st who mocks our country, who mocks our prime minister. If the threat against Canada from the president of the United States isn't enough for us to work together.
Why isn't it moving? Swipe. Sorry, but he was after me.
Showing on screen 10 polls out of 266 polls in the Carleton riding, and this random ass dude, Bruce Fandro, apparently has 4,000 of the votes, and Pierre only has 20.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Yeah, that looks scary. And if this was, you know, if he was on the president right now, instead of a Hugh Pierre, I would probably be making hella fun of Carney. There's so many more polling stations to count.
Good job, Echo. Paleo. How the governor race going? It's not bad. We might take it. We as in I don't necessarily consider myself a conservative, by the way. But that's the party that I'm rooting for because the Liberals destroyed Canada. Oops, 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 oops.
I must return to my post.
Ah! Dang it!
Heroes never die.
I don't know why I used that just now. Maybe I didn't need to. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He solo ulted me, loser. Let's do. Oh shit.
I must go where I'm needed.
Thanks for the rest.
No problem.
People watching, and we've got like 31,000 or something. Yeah, we're gonna pause that. We can't listen to that garbage music. So they're talking about Chrystia Freeland and how she went into the
She sucks.
kind of weird about this.
Oh shit. Is that Chrystia Freeland? Is that Chrystia? The wench? Excuse me. Is that Chrystia? Is that Chrystia? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's friggin' Chrystia. It's not over. Ew, who the fuck? She literally, she froze Canadians' bank accounts. This shit's rigged. This shit's rigged AF. There's no way in hell.
You might see Delta become conservative.
We've seen a bunch of stuff on X from Republicans saying that Carney won.
5,300. It's unlikely for that to flip. That's a decent little lead. But it's gonna suck a little bit to see Chrystia Freeland back in the house.
Yeah, Chrystia. We're gonna have to look at this face for I don't know how long. I don't know how much longer. If it wasn't bad enough.
And obviously, I would like to see Mark Carney get his ass whooped in his own riding. Edmonton Centre, Saeed Conservative, 4,500, and the Libs at 4,400. Tim Upall in Edmonton Gateway.
That is rigged. She froze a cat. Yeah, I know. Like, she's a wench. She's like an actual wench.
With only 5,600. Well, that just flipped away from the NDP into the Conservatives' hands. So even though at the bottom, folks, this is what I'm saying, at the bottom of the screen, you see the banner where it says
Freeland gives you a headache. She's so annoying.
And Conservatives at 159 to 148.
She sucks.
Still updating in real time based on the polls that they are actually counting. Heather might lose her own seat. Edmonton Strathcona. She only got 2,800, and the Libs are right behind at 2,100. Edmonton West re-elected as a Conservative. Yes, I know it seems a little defeating that the Liberals have that lead and that stupid banner that says breaking news, CTV declares Liberal minority. But again, we don't. Andrew Lawton won, bro!
Humanity is shackled.
You call
Andrew put some W's
No,
in the
I'm
chat for
necessary.
Andrew Lawton to
Croissant.
Hey!
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Wow.
I thought my time in the field was done.
Andrew Lawton went from
I guess you
running
can't predict it.
Damn.
the news, which now has been
I used to watch him on True North, which is now Juno News.
He's been elected. He got the check mark. It's verified. He's in. 100%.
No. Don't crash. Don't crash. Okay, what the heck?
Good job, Andrew, man.
What happened?
It was.
That's
I think it
incredible.
was December 6th, if I remember.
My game crashed? Oh.
She, put out a letter on the day that the fall economic statement was to be delivered, essentially saying she was at a crossroads with the Prime Minister about the direction of the country, and that was the Justin Trudeau.
Everyone on the objective.
My game was frozen. I'm still lagging. It's not even healing. It's not even healing. Hold on. What do I need to close? I need to like close some windows maybe.
But boy, oh boy, when they were both in the 150s, for example, even the popular vote, I think there's not a huge difference right now between the Conservatives and the Liberals. Much like the firms and including the Analyst Research.
Conservatives seem to display some degree of Judeo-Christian values. Historically, civilizations that adhere to more biblical morals have done better. Sadly, this... Oh, what's that?
So that was a good health bubble. Thanks.
Ah, no worries. Oop, that one went down. That was not a good health
I don't know
bubble.
if it's just me, but I can't hear you at all. You don't.
Me? Oh, shit! I just killed myself. Whoops. Sadly, this world. Oh, it looks so dumb. What type of video card? I don't retain that kind of information. It's been too many years since I last changed it. Actually, well, no, yeah.
Okay, say something again, Hunniebee. Let me see if I get it to work.
Croissant.
Croissant.
Ah! Croissant? How much RAM? That's a good question also. Oh no. Oh.
Surrender to my will.
I don't know why I'm trying to take on this hog by myself. Ah! Don't ask. What? What? Why is it down to 146? It was at 150 and 1 point. That's right. That's right. Ha ha. Ma ha 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 ha. Uh-oh. No! Victory! Yup, mama, how's it going? Tons of ridings are so close that they are flip-flopping as they get counted. Yes. Who are you rooting for, Yop?
Let's get this mission started.
If your computer's lagging, that's usually the problem. I just have too many things open though. It's not usually lagging. Vive la France! Those results are based off only 0% of the overall vote. Wait. What? Expect them to keep changing. You found an accurate, up-to-date site, it seems? Oh, really? Tons of writings are so close. Oh, wait. Yes, 42%. Also, CBC is gonna want to, you know, make it look like it's... Oh, shit. Yes. I don't know why I was trying to take on Hog by myself again. Liberals begrudgingly. Not a fan of defunding CBC when everything else is American owned. CBC is funded by, like, CBC is super biased, so I'm a fan of defunding. I'm a fan of citizen journalism, you know, independent journalists, not these government-funded peoples. I need to. Where is she? She's dead. Goodbye, enjoying it all. Thank you so much. You'll pop by here and there to see how the channel is going. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Mercy. Mercy.
Surrender to my will.
Get out of the battlefield! Yes! Yes! We did it!
All the busy work happens in committees. And if they don't have a new Democrat on those committees will be very problematic. It also means they won't have a new Democrat on the internal board of economy, which is a really inside baseball.
Particle cannon online. Let's run them over.
The parliament run more smoothly. Listen, he's a neophyte politician. He's going to need help, to make parliament work. So there was a
Mental
point a few
health,
minutes ago, Scott,
not
where it was
skill,
like a dead heat
is the
almost.
sign of a
The
mature
edge was very
warrior.
small. That has since amplified, right? You're looking at now 164 seats to 146. That this is not a conclusive number at this point. What type of minority is that look like to you versus neck and neck?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Who's attacking me?
Bernie and his agenda to freaking sell us to Europe. What are you talking about, dude?
The world's largest economy with the world's largest military.
What the hell is this guy talking about?
We are going to have to ask our prime minister to make decisions.
This guy visited a safe supply.
To take some unpopular decisions. It is not
Ah, mercy. Seriously? Uh-oh, somebody fell.
The point is vulnerable.
bitch.
It's gonna happen pretty damn quick, I tell you.
That's how America used to be. Has made an announcement. No rioting in chat tonight, unfortunately. We don't know that yet. It's not over yet. Oh shit, I just wasted my orb. You were blessed to go to a private Christian school. It was a good place. They taught us the usual and had a Bible class, but nothing was ever forced on anyone. The teachers were really nice too. Yeah, I mean, I went to Catholic school and I wouldn't say anything was forced. There was rituals, you know, like the, what is it? Communion and then confirmation and stuff like that. But oh no, guys, I'm sorry.
What's crazy about the green riding right now? When they showed the number of people so far in her riding than in Pierre's riding.
A Spectrum-like play? What is that?
Political futures. And speaking of, you know, Jagmeet Singh, does he stay or does he go? Because I mean, we've been talking a lot about the NDP and the collapse in their support.
Oh,
He was able to advance significant
should we?
in this parliament. What happens to him?
Hold on. I guess I left the group because I don't know. I guess it's done, but yay! Thank you guys for playing. Is Ellie streaming? I'm curious. Oh, I have a whisper. Oh!
Dental care, and so there's going to be after some introspection, excuse me. And I really think that you know, Jagmeet will go down in the history books. He has done some incredible things in this past
Ellie! Oh my gosh! I was just about to check if you were live. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, I'm sad I missed your stream though. I should have checked. Thank you, thank you.
The block took a seat, well, kept his seat. Away from
How was your stream?
That's good. Libs took a seat from the block. Yeah, see, a lot of that's happened. I don't like it. I don't get it.
Thank you so much, Ellie. Oh, I'm sad I missed your stream. The one day I didn't check. It was good. That's good. Nice. Today is election day in Canada, so I'm like, I'm like,
I like pep talks.
See,
We don't
Raptor
agree
likes
politically, but I like pep talks.
We all like pep
You can
talks.
have the support of all of the union leaders, but that doesn't necessarily translate at all into the votes of the union members who were showing up in large numbers for Poilievre's rallies because he was talking their language.
What did they see in Pierre Poilievre that they didn't see in their NDP representatives?
I like that he's very passionate about his beliefs.
There he is.
A little bit self-satisfied with the support of the
See,
union
we're all
leaders.
saying something nice about each other today.
Oh, Pep Talks is covering. Wait, Pep Talks is checking on global news, which I hadn't checked yet. Hi, Pep Talks.
South Langley should be a slam dunk win for the Conservatives.
Honestly, like looking at this, I kind of feel a little bit better that like America might be able to have a third party. It's not as unviable as I originally thought.
America having a third party?
Zerillo is the NDP incumbent, and again, the thinking here was Oh, well, those NDP voters, if they don't vote for Bonita, they're going to vote for the Liberal. Not apparently, no.
Hopefully the Liberal Party wins. That way you can take all of our liberals and they can move out of America. Because they always say, I'm going to move out of America and move to Canada. And I hope that it's true this time.
Looks
A
like
little
it could
bit.
be pretty tight
Not
too.
as much as you think.
725 votes, but the NDP is not. Not
Can you repeat that?
So just a little bit of lower mainland.
I really hope that the Liberal Party wins in Canada. That way all the people that say, I'm going to move to Canada if Donald Trump wins, they'll be happy there and they'll stay there and they'll never come back to the U.S.
David, thanks.
Whatever, man. The dude is so unpopular.
Got it.
With like everybody that
I think.
Maybe California will actually look nice again.
How many ridings are very close?
I think there's too much input into my brain right now. I can't comprehend what anyone is saying. I more or less understand what Raptor's saying. Well, can you, for my sake, hope that the Conservatives win, please?
Because every economist is coming out and just being like, nah.
All of those ridings that are within 1%, the NDP is not in second place in any of them. In fact, they're in first place in one.
This is Pep Talks, guys, by the way. Make sure you follow Pep Talks on YouTube and on Twitch as well.
How are we not playing something yet?
Different parties considering what they're going to do.
I don't know.
One of the considerations is who won the popular vote. At the moment,
Whoa, he has such a Canadian accent. So weird, because like you don't really hear that in the city. Where's he from? He must be from Alberta or like Nova Scotia or something.
Oh yeah, bud.
And lose the election. I don't want to jump into that just yet, but it's very possible we could be looking at that situation.
It's from Chicago, bud.
If Trump,
but still lost to Justin Trudeau.
And right now they're only behind by less than
if
a point.
Trump,
and as I say, when the late votes come in, it's very possible they could go over top
endorsed
without catching them in terms of the number of seats.
Libs. Well, he did endorse Libs.
Tracy Tong, who is at the riding of Eglinton.
He did endorse, like because. My thing is, like, wouldn't Canadians not want? Because, like, if majority of Canadians are like, Trump is bad, then why would they vote for Carney? If, do you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't they be like, oh, we shouldn't because he was endorsed by the bad guy?
But tonight, they have a good shot at taking it again.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
I'm gonna change up the rules. Maybe we can
Alright.
a little faster. It was like 5 minutes.
Who also ran in the last provincial election just a couple of months ago, but the Conservatives have a very strong local candidate here.
I understand. I am not kidding when I'm saying this politics has gotten so crazy for me, considering I never followed up on Trump or anything, but seeing him violate the Constitution makes me fear the right. Yep. I'm kind of.
Oh, Canada!
I'm glad that you see how serious it is.
So which part? Which part of the Constitution? Which part?
And so there you have it. We're still waiting for the results, and it is too close to call here
Still.
in Eglinton, Lawrence, past midnight. So certainly a
Oh
crowd.
my God, this
and
recount's going to take forever.
I think some of them are realizing that we're hitting from here. But again, a very, very hot riding to watch in this election for sure. We'll send it back to you, Donna and Eric.
Okay, Tracy Tong,
See,
thanks. We're
my
going to look at some
ignorant
other
American
ridings that
ass
are
just thinks
similarly
that,
close.
you know what?
Let's have a look through
They're
those.
probably, they're going to lean conservative. I mean, I thought Edmonton was more conservative.
What are you talking about, dude?
So there you go.
So
Anyway.
these ones have a higher polls reporting.
Which part?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And they're still very close. I think.
No.
Yes, as we said earlier about Terra
I forgot what I
Nova and
said.
the peninsulas and Newfoundland and Labrador. I think there's like one poll left to come in. The lead is 46. Who knows? Terrebonne and Quebec.
Oh, I think you're muted there, bud.
Leading by with a 60-vote lead. These are very close. Fleetwood, Port Kells.
Well, right now we're waiting on
leading there
British
by
Columbia.
just,
they have a recount going on
as well.
that
Vancouver,
Honestly,
Kingsway.
like that's where we're seeing a bunch of these
Wow,
numbers
but it's all over the
change,
country.
and
It's interesting
Alberta
too,
too.
right? But it is remarkable
Which
to have
Alberta
that
was
many
not as
ridings
conservative as
less
people
than
were saying it was
1%
going to be all night.
And it's not like that's not insignificant number of polls. Like that's at least half the polls in some
Oh, bud, we
instances.
can't hear you, bud.
It's close to
You're
almost
gonna have to
100%
unmute
of the
yourself,
polls,
bud.
and it's still
Man,
less than
NDP got
1%.
fucked.
It is,
Oops, I was
you,
muted. My bad.
muted
Hi,
your mic there,
Cheetah.
eh?
Thank you, Renaticus. Hopefully, we can clean the swamp.
We're at that
We'll
point right
see.
now where you're looking at the
The
Liberals at
trouble with
61,
US
and you say,
is
well,
that
surely you can say that's it.
we have so much military power and extreme corruption in high places. So even if Trump
But the fact of the matter is,
does as much for
Oh,
as
yeah,
much
bud,
things
let's
for
clean
America,
the
we
swamp,
could get
eh?
someone worse than Biden. Then Canada would get worse.
2%. Like, we don't want to call
You're
it
lost from
less
reading
than
that.
2%.
No.
28
This is
of them
wild
are still
though. It's going to
outstanding
come
just
down
with
to
those
like 2
percentage points.
because like
And
so what they were saying
most of the votes
earlier.
have been counted,
Sorry.
about-
So like right now they're at 161. They were saying that if NDP has 9, Green has even just the 1 or 2, then they're there because NDP and Green tend to, vote with the libs. But
They better not
this is,
team up. That's
kinda like
not
watching our congressional,
democracy.
72. The Conservatives need to get 11 to catch the
I
Liberals.
hate to say this because
That
it is
seems
kind of
less
lame, but
likely,
it's the
but we
exciting
have to
part
see
of
just
politics.
exactly who's leading in those 28 that we're
Leave a
talking
like.
about, who's in second, who's in third.
Okay,
Like
well,
and
the
subscribe,
Liberals
guys.
are
Pep Talks
basically wondering how many
Pep
votes
Talks
it's
and they're just
actually
like,
gonna end up with
on
today.
YouTube.
Whereas at
We
Liberal
don't care
headquarters in
about
Ottawa,
this
Mackenzie.
country, huh?
Even though I don't agree with
Former cabinet minister in the Trudeau government also worked as
I don't know how much of his politics I don't agree with, but there are things we do agree on.
Is there still a path to a majority for the Liberals right now?
Make sure to check out twitch.tv/PepsTalks.
Aw, that's so nice of you, Raptor.
Do you happen to know?
Don't forget to leave a like, a comment.
So
and
nice of
subscribe.
Legal,
you.
like, because if you guys don't have
Don't forget
lobbyists, I
to
can
turn on
almost
that
see,
notification
like, how
bell to get alerts.
This was easier to follow, because man, I gotta say, there's something like more pure about your politics just watching your election cycle here.
More pure? I wish that was true. I wish that were true. China interference. Everyone forgot.
Minority governments with Mr. Trudeau. How does that
I'm always grilling Pep Talks. I'm sorry, Pep, if you're listening.
you play with the hand you're dealt with.
In BC, people are pretty.
Why is this taking so long? It's taking a while, eh?
I wish that were true.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
eh?
we should do the
We're almost at 400K subs.
I guess he like checked in on the stream and then went back to his stream, which is totally fine.
Being made by the Conservatives, and then as the night progressed, those
We'll go back and
numbers
forth.
seemed to shift a bit, and at the end of
I think
it,
I'm
when you
banned
look
in
at the
this
seat
stream.
change in Atlantic Canada, we just had
You think you're banned in his stream?
the Liberals picking up a seat,
No! That's so heartbreaking. It Factor Scott, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. How you doing? Oh, I'm frozen. Uh-oh. Is it like frozen? Not.
I don't know.
Oh.
I bet he hates cops and conservatives.
the
Like his
riding of St. Margaret's South Shore. I think we have it that we can show the
Dang it.
details of it. And then this was Conservative Rick Perkins riding. He was the incumbent.
We're suspended? I'm suspended.
Huge amount.
Rick, we love you. Rick, you are loved across the country.
Because my game disconnected and they're penalizing me because they think I left. It Factor Scott, thank you again so much for the sub. And thank you for 69 months. We should celebrate. We should celebrate. What should we do?
14 minutes?
There was a late surge in numbers there.
Dude, I know
And
it sounds
There
like
was
I'm
another one that
talking
I'm
to
watching
an
quite closely, and that's in Newfoundland, Terra Nova, the peninsulas.
Guess we can do a quick play one if you want.
What's this?
You want to do a quick play one?
Yeah, we can do a quick play. Quick play. Hopefully I'm not banned from quick play. Okay.
Do 6v6.
But that's certainly one that
Riot? it?
looking at, and there may be some
Hey.
movement there as well. All right, let's check out the situation in Montreal with Mitsumi.
Oops. AA anti-air.
Let's take a look at what's happening.
The government is anti-air. Don't you know? You ever look up?
It wasn't the kind of collapse that
Things
the NDP
aren't
is seeing. The
what they
Liberals
used to
have
be.
made gains, probably about 10 seats at the end of the night. The Bloc has lost 11. But what was
Who are we banning? I don't
interesting
think
in
we're
this
banning
campaign
anyone.
in Quebec
We're not banning
Don't you
anyone.
know, eh?
Sun hype.
decided not to vote for a party that they really cared for.
Hunniebee with the loudness killed her camera. And stream. Is my stream back? It's back, right?
Language wasn't the issue it usually is here in Quebec. There was a lot of concern about Mark Carney's ability to speak French, but it was interesting to see how many Quebecers said, you know what, his French is good enough. And it didn't really matter because of all the other more pressing issues.
that piece I don't understand.
The Liberals did make gains right across the province in the Laurentians.
If I literally, I know it sounds weird, but if I put like some thought process into how I fart
Shit's
and I
rigged.
position my butt properly,
Why is he talking
it
about
sounds
this?
more French than how Carney can actually speak French.
Who is Hunniebee going
He's
to
not a
play?
good French speaker. I have no idea how he was actually able to poach so much of Quebec voters. It doesn't make any sense. Quebec prides himself on being a separatist province, a separatist group. I don't get it. I'm not indulging in conspiracies. I'm just saying I don't understand what people see in Carney, especially if you're living in Quebec. It doesn't make any sense.
I think his audio is too loud and his microphone is too low. Is that what's going on here? I think Pep Talks had the same problem.
Patricia?
All right, Mitsumi, thank you. And where we're seeing
Or maybe not. Oh, there's Pep Talks. So you can just have an election in the next few months if legislation gets held up. They said they could call another election. I hope they do because the Liberals are gonna. We're definitely gonna become the 51st state. Let's just say that if the Liberals win, which it looks like they've won.
I want the numbers.
Then we'll be voting for who the governor of the 51st state is gonna be. I visited your stream, Pep Talks. How's it going over there? I appreciate that you're covering the Canadian election. We were watching for a while.
America.
Oh, I left you some messages. I don't know if you saw them. I'm doing too many things at once, if you can't tell. Raptor says hi. Your favorite. I'm hearing a siren. Is that a siren? What am I hearing?
They say there's a different mix of people in that area, and some who were very put off by Pierre Poilievre, despite the fact that
Hi, Pep Talks.
conservative. Now it's not over yet, certainly, but the potential for that riding to change tonight.
Oh no! Why would you do that? Sprout. I need my tank.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. And those losers that put 91 people's names
Dang it.
on that ballot, they're going to try and take credit for that.
The Liberals dominated, but this election, they are losing some ground in this part of the country, and they're losing it to the conservatives.
I knew.
Put some W's in the chat.
Hey, Hunniebee,
Yay.
what time is it?
12:31 a.m.
Actually, high noon time.
Haha.
are making some of these gains because there are several seats.
Let's be honest, President Trump does troll a bit too much, but for the most part, he's been able to back up his play. I think the fact that he's like doing the things he basically said he was gonna do, like in my opinion, I don't know, like I don't know. Like, I feel like I've never really seen that. I feel like politicians always just promise a bunch of things and then they don't do anything. They just, like, steal everyone's money. Shit. Shit, man. So the fact that he's actually doing what people like voted for, you have to at least give him that, you know what I mean? Now, what's he doing that's illegal? People, is it still the Doge thing are we still on the Doge thing that's illegal? Or is there something like new that happened? I know I should be, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like I would have heard if, I don't know. I guess I've been a little more into the, Oh! You stole all my kills!
Let's go!
You stole all my kills, you. Alright.
I mean,
good job.
If they were your kills, you would have got them.
I was. Okay, I sent my mech in.
I mean, Pierre's
Bunny power?
Just be happy for me.
Extended boosters? Extended boosters, hell yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. The only way you can see any justification for practically no privacy that we have now is stopping nuclear weapons. It's hard to think how else to stop it, but all that power needs to undergo control. It's a catch-22. Yes. You want to stay, but at the same time, you're tired. JR, you don't have to stay. Do what you need to do. Thank you so much for moderating. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I don't know why I said it like that, but thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for doing the job of like multiple people. I appreciate it. I have a lot of moderators that are just what's that word? They're honorary moderators. They don't actually really moderate. Sometimes they do. That's right.
So a tough night for the NDPers in BC tonight. Here are some of the ridings where there's so many ridings so close. So Van Gill elected in Abbotsford, South Langley.
Oh, let me get out of this. Oh shit.
It may not be to the extent of what we wanted or what we hoped for.
Oh shit.
We certainly did.
Damn, this May is like.
The only way you can see. Wait, sorry. Canada doesn't need another election. Oh fuck! I ulted in the wrong ass place. Shit, guys. Shit. Shit, man. That was so lame. No. I wanted to not do that. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Shit, man.
Shit, man. Oh. Really?
Turn that crowd music off. Come on. I want to hear you. I'm gonna unmute it when he gets to it, but I want to hear him lose without music.
Jagmeet's in the chat. Sings in the chat.
He's not speaking yet.
Sings in the chat. Anyone? Anyone?
Hunniebee, what do you think is gonna get play the game?
Patrick Stars in the chat. Anyone?
Here we go, folks. This might be
Sings in the chat. Anyone? Anyone? Thank you, JR. Thank you. You're getting a raise. You want to know what that's about? So this guy is the leader of the New Democratic Party, which is a party here in Canada. He lost his seat. He had one seat, I guess, right? I don't know, he had a seat or something, and he lost it. So, well-deserved loss because he sucks. And he's a big reason why Canada screwed over today.
Jagmeet is out of work.
Election parties, night parties across the country, people are gathered. I want to thank them all for all their hard work. They're amazing people gathered together across the country. I want to take a moment to congratulate Prime Minister Carney on his victory. He's an important job to you. Represent
Is this a joke right now? Well, I'm moving to America.
Do you think Trudeau would have won a re-election if he went for it?
Move in, move in.
Step down as party leader, boy.
What's your raise? Let me think.
Step down as party leader.
What can I afford?
all the other leaders on a hard-fought campaign. It's been the
Can you give people their own emotes? Because that would be so sick. Users get their own. I mean, no, that's not money. I don't really have money. But I also don't want to be a liar. You know what I mean? Wow, there is Jagmeet Singh, the crybaby. Clay, can you put some Jagmeets in the chat? Just a free emote, follower emote. Oh shoot. It's Jagmeet plus his spirit animal.
Shut up, boy! Shut up! I can't wait to drink the vodka! I can't wait!
Yo!
Oh my god, he's getting drunk.
I'm a man of my word.
Oof.
Oh, man, that's gonna make me hammered.
I can't do alcohol anymore.
Oh,
No, we lost.
I wonder who got play of the game though.
Jagmeet is
Oh, shut up.
gone, ladies and gentlemen. Jagmeet is gone. That's it.
Jagmeet is no more.
His losers.
Oh, guys, I have
We're
to.
gonna watch it,
I
don't
have
worry.
to.
I just want to take a moment to thank everybody in his riding that voted against him. God bless it. God bless it. Jagmeet Singh is going down as the worst politician in Canadian history. He is certainly making the history books in Canada as the biggest piece of garbage that ruined this country. This election should have been Pierre Poilievre versus
Are you
Justin
unsuspended
Trudeau.
yet?
And it wasn't. And so we never got that closure that we deserved. You didn't get that closure, I didn't get that closure. And so we're dealt a different hand of cards, and we'll get by this. We'll get by this. We'll get past this.
What's that?
With Jagmeet
Are
Singh,
you
greedy
unsuspended
son
yet?
of a bitch.
Oh,
You
let's check.
fought for your pension this entire time. You never had a shot at being prime minister. You
12,
knew that,
11
I knew
seconds.
that. The thousands of people that care, the millions of people that care about this
10,
country knew that.
9,
You are a
8,
garbage man.
7,
You are a
6,
horrible
5.
dumpster fire, which is why you just lost your own riding tonight. I hope your Maserati gets 3 flat tires.
I
your
hope it
Maserati
gets
3
4 flat tires.
all simultaneously.
I hope the
I'll leave it
spare
at that.
tire in the trunk is a flat. Allegedly in game. I don't wish any harm upon anyone.
Wow, that's rude.
Cheers, everybody. Go Alberta here.
Not if it's in game.
Right out the freezer.
It's rude in game.
Fuck that guy.
Oh shit.
Choosing to commit your life to politics
Alright,
obviously
I gotta
comes
be
with some
soldier.
sacrifice. But we choose this life because of the chance to
Oops.
change the country we love for the better. We may lose sometimes, and those losses hurt, you know, it's tough.
Oh, shut up.
We're only defeated if we stop fighting. We're only defeated when we believe that those that tell us that we can never dream of a better
I don't
Canada.
like Sigma,
a
I don't
fairer
like
Canada,
Zarya.
a more compassionate
Ban
Canada.
all these tanks.
I've
I
met
hate tanks.
Democrats from coast to coast to coast who will never back down, even when they're told that there's no room
Jagmeet's
for
so
them at the
happy.
table.
Put
Look,
L's in
it's
the chat.
Jagmeet.
Screw this guy. Put some L's in the chat.
Put some jag meats in the chat.
Who's the Green Party leader?
Put some L's
Who's the
in
Green
the
Party
chat.
leader? I don't even know.
There is enough wealth in Canada for all of us to live the life that we deserve.
Wait, I thought conservatives were at 151. How are they at 149 now? Or is that like old?
Shit's rigged.
Shit's rigged.
Shit's rigged.
Certain people, because then it's gonna get too emotional up here. So I just made the mistake of doing that. So I'm gonna look away now. You know who you are. Don't look at me again.
We don't want to look at you, boy. We don't want to look at you.
I was elected the leader of this incredible party. This incredible.
3 flat tires on his Maserati simultaneously is what the side was saying. Is what the dude was saying. I know.
Bright side, at least you didn't have
And I
Joe
was like,
Biden for 4 years.
I hope it's 4 flat tires. No. Why 3 when it can be 4?
Corruption and greed.
Hold on a second, guys.
Stupidity.
Oh shit.
Like Joe
You're a
Biden
joke, a clown,
wasn't
a
even
loser,
cognitive. All he
a
thought about was
scammer,
corn
a
pop and ice
grifter.
cream.
Tonight I've been formed a party leader that I'll be stepping down as party leader. As soon as an interim leader can be appointed.
That's the best part of the night. That's the best part of the night, folks. That's the best part of the night. Oh my goodness. Take the victories where they come. Here's another freaking cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Stepping down as party leader. You couldn't have
He
asked for something
sucks.
better.
But he got his little sweet pension, didn't he, mother effer?
Oh my goodness.
He screwed the entirety of Canada so he could have his little
Jackie
pension.
cries, I'm gonna cry.
Piece of something. Piece of something. Rigged psyop. I need some height or something.
I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, I'm lagging. I can't shoot anything. I'm like not killing shit. Okay. My team is doing all the work for me.
Oh my goodness. This makes me so happy.
I'm so sorry, team, that I suck this bad.
We're pushing the payload.
I'm so bad. Somehow we're moving it. Is he crying? What a loser. He literally destroyed this country. Bro, you destroyed the country. That's what you should be crying about. A boot. Uh-oh, my game's freezing.
Oh, that's not good.
Not the time to be freezing. Not the time to be freezing. I'm just like a sitting duck right now. I am a sit. Because if I disconnect, I will get banned again. Let me close. Let me close some
And I gotta
things.
thank my parents who are here today. They're amazing. Love you both.
You ruined this country, you sack of shit. Oh, 3 flat tires on your Maserati.
Oh, what's happening? My game is acting up. Oh shit. Select the perk, I don't know.
Huge thank you. can't do this work without great people, and you can't do this without
You can't even move. Their Doomfist is just so much better than I think.
Alright, let's go. Shit!
I also want to thank my NDP caucus. This is a team.
Excuse my language.
Historic change for people. We brought real change to the lives of Canadians. I know that people are concretely better off.
Our tank
for the
sucks.
last 8 years, and no election result will ever diminish that.
Sag meat dingaling only has non-Canadian. Rigged psyop, bring back throwing fruits and vegetables. Bring back throwing tomatoes.
Brother Healer also sucks.
Defend.
I'm so thankful to them all.
Alright, let's try some Widow since they like to fly. I'm gonna suck. Sorry, team. So sorry.
No,
Don't
he's
hate
not
me.
a drama queen. He was a drama teacher.
He was a drama teacher. Lock him. He deserves prison.
I'm gonna cry of joy again. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
I don't want them to know about me.
You know Trudeau probably feels good about tonight.
He sucks. He's probably sucking some D right now. I swear to God. Sorry, I don't. Dear Lord, please forgive me for using your name in digit just
Married
now.
to like.
That is like a terrible thing. I'm so sorry. But like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was. You know what I mean? Oh shit. I'm dead.
We're almost there, folks.
Dead.
Right.
Alright.
Get off my chest here. One other thing is, nothing's too spicy. It's just good stuff. I often speak about something my mom taught me. It's a Sikh teaching of Chardi Kala, and this is something fundamental to who I am. And it means the words break down.
Oh, shut up. This guy is so annoying. I don't want to. I want to switch over to pep talks. I want to switch back. Well, they're probably covering the same thing. I don't know if they are actually. But like, I can't listen to this guy speak. He's so like full of it. He's full of BS. Is what it is. I can't get this. I can't get this little.
Why you like Jagmeet?
Huh?
Didn't you like Jagmeet?
Hell no. You know that. He ruined the country. He's part of why Canada sucks.
I couldn't be happier when I say shut the hell up and get the hell out of there. I am just at the limit of
Somehow
what
we're
Jagmeet's saying. And to be honest, he speaks for another 20 seconds and goes and hugs people. We ain't gonna watch it. Sorry, I don't care to watch it. But we're gonna get back to the feed. The only thing he broke was this country. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. I'll take another swig. I'll bear it up.
What do you like, Soldier 69?
Huh?
How do you like Soldier 69?
Isn't it 76?
Oh shit, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
I gotta step away, take a leak, and for a smoke, I can still hear it. You guys can see it in here. It's time to celebrate Jagmeet's loss. Seriously, celebrate it, Canada. You deserve it.
Oh shit. Bring back. Wait. You agree, Jagmeet definitely screwed us big time. We could have an election earlier when drama teacher Trudeau was in power, but he didn't.
Run,
exactly.
Hunniebee, run.
We didn't think in our earlier conversations tonight that despite an outcome possible
Whoops.
Crazy how he knew that you were like coming from that angle. too.
Well, yeah. Everyone knows this map. The people wanted Trudeau gone, so they elected the man
That's David
he
Bowie.
handpicked. That is just as if they chose the guy who was Justin Trudeau's advisor for the last 10 years. So we're just gonna have more of the same bullshit. Sorry, my leg.
It's actually a relatively easy process in the NDP. Mostly the caucus involved in that, and
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of names that are going to come forward, but I think tonight really what we got to reflect on is that, you know, just 10 years ago, Omar, our party, the New Democrats, were actually poised to possibly form government in 2015, you know? And now we're down to what looks like 7 seats.
And then Jagmeet Singh came along.
And yes, New Democrats still hold government in Manitoba and obviously in British Columbia and are official opposition in 4 other provinces. But this is going to cause some serious soul searching. And there's many questions, not just about do we want to be the conscience of Parliament or do we want to seek power, or it's also why aren't we the party that people turn to, working people turn to?
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
The economy. We're facing incredible income inequality right now in our country. This is a moment where New Democrats should be able to seize more support and
you're
power.
part of the problem,
but
lady.
As I said to you earlier, I think that New Democrat
people are so
voters
annoying.
just lent their vote to Carney right now. And if he does not succeed in delivering for them and fighting back off Trump, they will take that vote back. And now New Democrats are going to have to take a lot of time to rebuild. And, you know, the one thing about the courageous, I would say, decision of Mr. Singh tonight to resign right away, he is that happy.
But also their hopes and dreams. Welders and waitresses, farmers and factory workers.
Shit's rigged.
seniors, small business owners and single mothers. Young Canadians and young families pleading for the chance to own a home. Other grandchildren suffering from the shortfalls of our economy.
Going in, meaning what
Who are afraid
exactly?
to go outside because of the rising wave of crime. All of these stories touched my heart and gave me inspiration to work towards something better. These people continue to need voices, and I will continue to fight for them every day, and every day we will never give up on fighting for the Canadian people.
A true patriot.
Thank you. We hear your stories. We will carry those stories with us into Parliament.
Number 33 isn't a Mason. Is number 33 a Masonic thing? Oh, you said
it is. Yeah, so
it's the highest degree. Oh, gotcha.
The Scottish Rite.
Source me a 32nd degree. Don't mess, chat. I'm just joking. Jagmeet Singh lost his seat. Mike, check out the follower emote that I have in the chat.
The fight ain't over. It's just starting.
Maybe the only good thing. That's true. At least we have that. Shoot.
For those who desperately need change, I know that you're disappointed. Change is difficult and it takes time. But it especially means that we can never give up. Because our country and its people
everyone who stood with us today and the millions of people who voted for other parties. And so
I don't know why I did that. That's not gonna do anything. Just a waste of an orb. Oh no.
but still has an empty fridge and an empty bank account. For the young people who despair at never being able to afford a home. For the seniors,
Yep.
fixed income.
The seniors and the people who voted for this shit. I don't know why I'm blaming the seniors because like who the hell else like voted for Carney? Oh shoot. I just killed myself. They gatekeep so bad. CBC pushed the agenda. Yep.
And we will never give up on fighting for the great Canadian promise that anyone from anywhere can achieve anything. That hard promise you a great life in a beautiful
Oops.
house on a safe street protected by our brave troops.
Jump down, jump down, jump down. To your left.
Jump down.
Canada first, Canada always. Let's bring it home. Thank you very much, Canada.
Well, I'm down now.
Incredible.
On point, yeah, on
Incredibly
point.
emotional.
Back up, back up.
What a
Follow me.
what a night. What an absolute shocking night. This isn't the outcome that any of us were hoping or expecting, but this is the outcome that we have, and I think that moving forward, we just have to keep doing what we're doing.
Ouch.
It was a step in the right direction, even though it wasn't a victory. It's
Don't
a
die,
massive step in
Mercy.
the right direction. A lot of
Don't die, Mercy.
liberal ridings did swing to
Sweet.
conservative, which is incredible.
Sweet.
And you know, Trudeau fractured this country, divided us.
Blood is taken
And I
about
guess
the
Mark
American
Carney-
dream.
We're gonna have to wait for that to.
I mean, Canada can have a dream. Canada can have a dream too.
We're trailing behind by
Shit's rigged, Colin.
Deliberately in advance of the conclusion to this riding to deliver that speech, which I think can be described as defiant. Like people wanted change, and to be fair,
Nah.
to Mr. Polyev, like the Liberals,
No.
pardon me, the Conservatives were able to very much increase their share of the vote, very much increase the number of seats, but it did not, as he pointed out, get them over the finish line. And there was
Justin killed it. Justin.
say that that's, you know,
Oh yes, he did. Yes.
How much do
You're
you
right.
know about flanking strategies when you play?
Little.
Okay. Like that is on me.
At this point, I wanted to swing over to Corey tonight to get your view on what we just heard from Mr. Polyev. Definitely no intention to
Oh
go anywhere.
gosh.
If he loses his seat, how much of a more difficult proposition does that become?
You see how they're walking backwards?
Yes.
They're walking. That's because of my flank.
Ah.
I don't even have to kill them. So the way that
Nice.
it works is like you want to find an angle that they aren't looking from, and they're away from where they're aiming at, so they
Yeah.
have to back away.
Nice.
Look at that popular vote, man. 42.9 to 41.7. Incredible. Incredible.
But it's more challenging to lead a caucus and lead your party from outside of Parliament. So
Your electoral district only votes liberal. What? You knew it wouldn't change too many ultimately. Oh. Got you, got you. Oh.
Wow.
Lol. Oh.
There are a couple of scenarios here. For the Conservatives to have won this election, not minority or majority, we're just talking about plain win, they would have needed 2,700 more votes in Texas.
Oh, what the heck?
All right, Junkrat's dead.
When you consider the millions of voters
No,
who are
not a
eligible
lot at
across
all.
this country.
You live in a boomer and new immigrant neighborhood, like for 20 years plus. You would think the new immigrants would be like, all right, now that we're here, let's vote. You know, who's actually in our best interest, which is not the liberal government.
It is pretty razor thin, folks.
It's all a ruse. I'm lagging. I'm lagging.
In his riding, or he's had a historically good outcome, right? I mean, over 40% of the vote.
This is why you don't want Canada as a state too many lives. Man, like, why would these people vote for more of the same BS? Like, really? The country's broken. The only reason Trump said, the only reason Trump trolls us about 51st state is because Canada is such in a bad state. You know what I mean?
I'm seeing in the chat. 51st state under Carney.
That's what I said. Under Carney, yeah. Then it'll happen. That's why Trump endorsed Carney. That's why Trump endorsed Carney. Duh. And then the Canadians still
Easy peasy.
go for it? Like, what? Woohoo!
Zero deaths.
It's all people living in 500 square foot condos. You think the Americans know Canada is in a bad way? Yeah. I think everyone kind of knows. It's so sad.
Not by a whole lot.
And those who say, by the way, and I think this is important to point out, those who say he blew a 20-point, he did not.
Mike Rivel, do you know if they can call it an election again in a few months or something? Somebody saying something along those lines. Canada got no freedom, and they are little, bro. People-wise.
Blew a 25-point lead is just factually not true. He would have beaten Justin Trudeau by 20 points. Mark Carney was a different opponent, and there was a collapse in the New Democrats. So,
Oh, I'm lagging because I'm running out of storage space.
What he was saying about all that increased exports very fair, but you didn't get past the finish line. You lost.
Correct, and that's what the next that's
for the Conservative Party post Pierre. And when I said that, I didn't mean right away. I truly thought Pierre would win. Of course, it's his riding. Of course, there's a
How did he
strong
not win in his own
conservative base in
riding?
Canada,
The shit's
clearly.
rigged.
Like almost
shit's rigged.
Almost the equal amount of Liberal voters voted Conservative. There's a lot of people out there that are very pro-Conservative and pro-Pierre. We can speculate on what lost the election, what rhetoric, external factors, internal factors in terms of things here in Canada. None of that really
Interference, because, you know, it's not like that's not a thing.
Even though
that
this was a loss for the Conservative Party,
have been accused
I
of.
consider this a loss for me. Maybe you
caught
consider this a loss
doing.
for yourself as well, for your wants, your needs, your values. What we do know is that we may have lost tonight, but the fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning. So in terms of
How is it just beginning? It's been going for 10 years, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, okay, that's fine. But, like,
with
I thought Canada was gonna, you know, like America, you know, they turned it around. I thought Canada was gonna turn it around. Like, it's been 10 years of this bullshit. Like,
the same thing as what I have been doing. What
you know what I mean?
Building a community, talking about politics, instead of dunking on Trudeau, we're gonna keep dunking on Mark Carney. And I think that there's been a lot of people that have been negatively affected, their lives uprooted and completely changed and flipped upside down from this Liberal government.
Dual citizenship?
And so the direction for my channel, I think,
probably
is gonna be
not.
trying to help as many people as I can through sharing the news, expressing my opinions.
I have dual citizenship.
Or doing
I have my European
what
citizenship.
we did as a community for that veteran lady Pam that I met at the Nanaimo rally, the Pierre Poilievre Nanaimo rally, of trying to find people that have been negatively affected by the Liberal government and try to help their life in some sort of way. So that kind of concludes today's live stream. There has been an incredible and overwhelming amount of support.
Zach always carrying, I know, eh?
And other creators alike. And I really
He's-
hope that
he's a
everyone
secret
does stick
weapon.
around and is still as enthusiastic and as involved with
If
my
we ever
channel
lose,
and
it's
with other
because of
people's
me.
channels in the same space,
Like,
because again, there was a bit of
pretty
there was
evident.
a lack of communication between, you know.
You're
the
glad
community,
2020 was rigged? Why? So that Trump could win
creator
this time
space,
around?
And everybody became united under the common cause of trying to make this country a better country, something that, you know, a change. That's Pierre's entire platform. Change.
I don't know where that person
Fighting
is.
for change. And I think that we are going to see some change. It's not going to happen right away, obviously, but it's going to take time. And just like Pierre said in his exit speech, change takes time.
It's taking too long.
It's unfortunate that we didn't get what we wanted. But it is
Shit's
what it
rigged.
is. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to the stream. It's time to go to bed, everybody. It's time to go to bed. So far in the stream, there is over 631,000 people.
Loser. Oh no.
Mind blowing. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for supporting the channel. Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing to the channel and all the overwhelming amount of super chats.
Sweet.
It's incredible to see how strong the community is.
Sorry.
Within conservatives.
What? I didn't see it.
And we've made a difference.
What happened?
We just didn't get to
I woke
cross
up
that
the sleeping
finish
guy.
line that we wanted.
Oh, I'm fine. I
Hope
wasn't
y'all
there.
enjoy your night. And I'll see you guys
Fucking-
tomorrow for a follow-up video.
There we go.
Peace and love, everybody. Bye for now.
You wonder if there's a triple citizen? I don't know.
But I'll drink
It has
one
been
more
a decade of
Chinese
liberal
saving
globalism.
gun.
Exactly. Exactly, Mike.
Cheers, everybody. Fuck that guy.
Oh! I did it again.
Low Chemical says for $5, I can't get in line for an Alberta separation vote quick enough. And Sadran, Sad
I think this is a May game.
Rian, says for $5.
Your grandma got
what's
rid
up
of
with
her
90 cans
EU.
when you
Why?
got Trump?
Citizenship,
That's
so you
because
can't
of the
get yours
longest
anymore.
ballot
You wish
committee,
you
who's
had
this
it. For the
confusing
option to leave.
organization where
Don't you know the
they're
same stuff that's
advocating
happening in
supposedly
Canada
for
is also
proportional
happening in
representation.
Europe? Trust me, you don't want to go there.
By putting
Not
as many
now,
people
not
on
right now
ballots as
anyway.
possible. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Speaking of,
They're in fact,
there's a
like,
a
undermining themselves 'cause
blackout
everyone's
right
annoyed
now.
with them. And their tactic
But I
has
get you,
nothing
like,
to
it'd be
do
nice to have
with
the option.
representation. And you could easily block them by just saying the same guy cannot be the agent for literally 100
Fuck.
Brendan Scooter said, but if the Conservatives and the Bloc
Where's the
get
team?
a coalition, and thank you for the $20, Brendan.
Just,
But if the
you're still
Conservatives and the Bloc
chilling?
get a coalition, then the Liberals' throne speech would fall on its face, and we'd either get another election or the Conservatives get to form a government right. In theory, but
I
I
wonder
don't
if
think
there's
anyone's going
a.
to push
It
their
changed
luck on
Trump
that, because
completely.
that's like
You'd
a big
rather
area of risk,
have
something
this
that could end up
Trump
blowing up
than
in your
first
face.
term, or what
Brenda
would have been
Sidhu said, we
2020
got
second term?
front row seats to a national mistake. Yes. Vitality Mirth.
I'm just so
$6.99,
disappointed in
Ontario,
Canadians.
Live 48, but live home government with backing of NDP.
So
And that's one of those
disappointed
special
in
circumstances where it's so close and the coalition is so obvious that I think that it would just be allowed to happen. Abhinav Sharma says for $50, Wyatt Daniel Carney says he'll reset relations with India. How can we give this cold response to Kashmir attacks? Yes, I didn't vote. I'm in Surrey Central. I can't vote for Palestinian candidate.
You're
Agreed.
disappointed
Dan
too?
Cons
I'm
stop
like
pandering.
shocked.
Yeah. I
Also,
mean,
because like,
this is the interesting. This is how like the liberals do
like,
it.
why
This is
would
the
you vote for
conservative
more of the
mistake. Like,
same? I
listen,
don't
I'm all
understand.
against pandering and this thing, but the liberals at least do it right. If they're gonna pander, the liberals pander to every single side. So they pander to the Palestinians, being like, listen, we're gonna kill all the Hindus, right?
Whoa,
Kill,
is that
kill,
what they said?
We love
Holy
it.
cow.
Then they'll go to the Hindus and be like,
Whoa.
no one should ever kill Hindus. Killing Hindus is bad. Whereas the conservatives kind of picked the crazies here.
Shit.
And then didn't do the outside pandering. So, Carney, like, listen, we need if we're gonna be in a fight with America, we're gonna need India. America and India are the two
can't
largest
get anything
democracies in the world. We can't be in a trade war with both. Will Carney be able
Their
to
deals are
reset
fine. I'm not
relations
sure
with
what's
India?
going on here.
It's gonna be hard because India's really
Italy,
bad.
Spain. What do you mean? There's a. It won't get good to leave.
You know, and you could say, oh, we
The
hate
uber rich
India,
version
da, 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 da.
of
It's
being
like, sorry,
a
they have over 1
prepper
billion people and
survivalist
we
is
have
having
resources.
many
Do you not like
citizenships
money?
and a place
Do you
to
not
move
want
into
to
each
sell them
country.
things? Do you not want our oil going? Do you not want to give them the things you make and they give you money for it? I mean, fine. If you just want to be spiteful and racist, great. Have fun with that. Like you can do that, but we're gonna need that economy as a big buyer's market. We have to get that back. We're gonna have to be less like we're gonna have to sort of cut out our own things. It's kind of funny. If we want to trade with India, we're gonna need to be more Canada first. Like we're gonna have to have less like crazy people in our parliament. Because India's problem with us is that we have too many crazies in our parliament. Like I've talked to Indians, not like they're fine with the Canada. Like they want us to be more Canada first and more Canada dependent. They're just really confused as to why we've sold our country to Sweden.
This map reminds me of
Sloan
an
brought it
Unreal
up,
Tournament
and,
map.
Kelowna is now within 66 votes, so the Liberal lead has come down quite a bit there. That's good to see. And
Kind of.
what else do we got going on?
Kind of, not really. The
I guess
inside
I
of
have to go
this,
back to
the inside of this
Super
area.
Chats, just get through this. You guys are crazy generous, and we are taking forever.
Rich people in their
to get through
bunkers.
these. Daniel Uvrich says for 279, eyes on Eglinton Lawrence, and you actually are right. That's still a very tight riding, even at the moment. Now, much later on in the night. What are we at now in Eglinton Lawrence? That one, oh, actually, I think the Liberal lead has moved to the point where I don't think that was in play, unfortunately. Conservatives need to show out in the north, and I think that's yeah, I think we lost some northern rural ridings that ended up having the NDP collapse and go Liberal. Sparsh Ratoji,
She didn't need to go on vacation then.
says,
During
so
the
is
Cold
this
War,
done?
your grandma
Spear
went
has
to
no
Poland
chance of
to
winning.
visit,
Is this a
and she
takeaway?
renounced
Is that the
citizenship
key
because she
takeaway
thought she would
here? Yeah,
keep
I don't think
her.
Polyev can win.
She would keep.
The,
They would keep her there
election,
under
and
martial
I'm
law.
looking at his riding.
Aw,
Frankly, it looks like it's narrowing his
that's
being able to
unfortunate.
win the riding.
Yeah, I mean we're.
And the concept boy says, how poor do Canadians have to get before they realize Liberals can't run a country? Either way, I'm out paying these prices and moving out of Canada. Yeah. And Starset7 says, 6.99. Is it possible for the BQ to join the Conservatives in a coalition? As I've been saying, probably not, because that's just generally not the. As someone said, it's kind of a faux pas.
Good night, PaleoCon. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Take your coalition government.
And as it stands right now,
Oh.
the Bloc and the Conservatives don't get over the threshold combined. So it's a bit of a
See
moot point
you.
right now.
Rough game. I'm not sure what we could have done different
Should
there.
have taken the briefing last week that just YOLO and publishes everything.
The Genji was really their carry.
Oh, on the Chinese interference, does YOLO it? Yeah, they would probably throw him in jail for that.
It's annoying,
I'd
she
love
didn't
it,
need-
But they'd be like, oh my god, you cannot expose Chinese.
Don't have to be
interference."
too rich to do a bunker. No,
That's such a stupid election issue that became
just
a
a
thing.
nice one.
Oh my goodness, he's not taking the foreign interference.
Or,
He's not taking
I
the
mean,
security
in a
like,
way,
yeah,
like, you're
he's
not
like, you can't
allowed,
talk
you're
about
probably,
it.
like, not allowed to just
Thomas
make a
Mulcahy,
bunker. You probably
former
need
NDP
all kinds of
leader, passed on this
permits,
thing.
and those
And,
are,
Simon
if not
Davis says
expensive,
$20.
hard to
Can
get,
CBC block
because
force
as a
the
regular
Liberal
person,
Greens?
it's
Is
gonna
it
be
copy
like,
Greens slush?
what? Do you know what I mean?
Actually, kind of.
Kind of, but it
If the Greens and NDP don't have enough to keep them in, and they can't block it, or maybe the Green.
With my
Screw
team
him.
of Quebec.
I don't even want to listen to him.
Forward a single bill without, calling a single vote. He was able to force the government to remove it. If
And that's what the opposition does.
If that's not doing something, I don't know what is. Like, I look at that, if you can do that and you're an opposition party, what will you be able to do for Canada when you actually get in this government?
Yeah. Oh, Pierre defeated.
Your grandma has 3 citizenships
Trudeau.
because.
He annihilated
He
Justin
did.
Trudeau.
Well, your grandpa. He was born in London,
Yeah.
UK, moved to Canada, married
he had
her
to take
step-grandma.
on New
That is
Carney
American. Oh,
and
wow.
New Trump and
Those are
Ford,
great
and he
points.
almost won it. And he almost won it.
Right, I mean.
So you know what? He gets a second round in my books, and I tell you now because we're gonna have to do this again. I'll be there at the club fighting for him.
Absolutely.
Right, biking?
And you know what, Canada, the fight begins tomorrow.
Yep.
It begins now.
And we're going to be in
So
Ottawa
Jonathan,
on
somebody
Wednesday.
was,
And
I
we're
guess,
not
the
gonna
leader
stop
of
the fight,
Green
and we're gonna
Party.
go to Ottawa as often as we need to. If we have to go to committee and testify about, you know, the
Any
new
bad
bill
legislation.
C-63 or anything else, we're
I
gonna
thought you
teach
needed
guys how to write
172 to
briefs.
win.
We're going to teach you guys how to write your MP. It's time for Canadians to get involved.
It's at 165.
So let's get her done.
All right.
Let's get
What's
her
up with that?
We're in.
Amazing.
I want to thank you guys.
What's up
This
with
is
that?
One of the nicest. Well, it's not a perfect night.
Not
But
with
it
the
was a
sound
very
issues,
To me,
nice
that's not a
but
win.
with-
It was
I
great
think-
talking to Dan. And
Yeah, Bob. It's heard the name before as a kid, and I just said, "Wow, he's going to be."
You
good
think
for-
National
I'm
Identity
not worthy.
Crisis
I'm
is
not
gonna get
worthy.
real
I am
serious
now
now? Alberta will
responsible for a
just leave.
lifelong friendship right now. So.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
both
It's
for
been an
coming.
honor,
This has
a
been
pleasure.
phenomenal. Just to, you know, learn from your knowledge of how Parliament works and just it's
I don't
been
know.
an absolute
doesn't work.
pleasure. It doesn't work
I
sometimes,
think-
but you
I
know what?
think-
Again, this is the will of the Canadian people, and those of us who disagree with it, there are
Is it really,
ways
though?
that we can hold our government accountable.
Is it really?
And that's what we're going to do.
Pierre has jumped to 46.4.
They barely won.
So he's
I'm in for an encore.
absolutely, and we will we'll have better.
But it's also our new reality.
Ugh. What is? Shut up. I don't want you telling me what my reality is, you piece of something. Piece of something. All right, back to American things because I can't with Canada right now.
So the investigation of the plane
I can't with
crash,
Canada
the
right
helicopter
now.
and plane crash in Washington D.C. back in January that killed more than 67 people has been completed, and it doesn't look good. In the sense that it seems that the pilot was given instructions repeatedly to do the right thing, and well, it seems that she did not do the right thing or what was needed to do. An investigation has revealed that the female pilot who killed 67 people after crashing a Black Hawk into a passenger plane in DC in January was told repeatedly by her male co-pilot to turn before the collision, but she did not heed his warnings. And I can already hear some of you saying, what?
I'm pausing because like it looks like it looks like she was trying to, like, somebody looked at the flight path and it looked like she was trying to hit multiple planes on, like, until she finally hit one. But anyway, don't know if it's true because flight path doesn't tell you
why are
how
you
high
mentioning
up you are in
their
altitude,
agenda?
so
Why
I don't
are
know,
you
but
saying that,
I just thought that was interesting.
The pilot was female and the co-pilot was male. Well, one thing that we need to address, of course, is the amount of times in recent
Next Stream
history
B is at
that
her family
DEI
huge villa in
has
Portugal.
Killed people, like literally killed people.
And
the second thing that
maybe
you might remember
if
is
Portugal's
the
not
time
F'd
they
too.
took to reveal the
Actually, we
identity
have
of
an
the
election
pilot
upcoming.
for
Oh,
some
that's what
reason.
I'm switching over to. I'm like, American
have the
politics
idea
is
that
kind of
it
slowing down.
could
Canadian
have
politics
been
is gonna slow
a
down.
male,
Now I
especially a
have
white male
Portuguese
pilot.
politics
it
that
would
I
have
can
been,
jump onto.
revealed immediately. Well, not only did she ignore her more experienced male co-pilot, but also
Two
the
pilots
air
fault
traffic controller,
trainer and
which
her.
informed her of the oncoming plane. Ironically, Rebecca Loback, the female pilot, was on her annual piloting evaluation to ensure her skills were up to snuff.
Do you think she was a
Well,
sleeper agent?
Night flight on a very congested area that was
Who was
quite
on
a
that
test
plane? Was
for the
anyone
ride.
important on that
Her string
plane?
of blunders caused the deadliest aviation disaster.
If I remember
since
correctly,
9/11.
there usually
So
seems to be.
You have to understand that. Yeah, it's like one of the worst aviation disasters in the United States, in the history of the United States. So Savannah Hernandez, remember the DC helicopter crash? So we have this. This is from the New York Times. 2 seconds after the controllers got out instructions about passing behind the jet, because that was the idea, for the helicopter to be at 200 feet and passing behind the jet, and especially if she had turned left, this would have been prevented. Warrant Officer Eves,
what?
the male co-pilot, there were two in the
Shit,
helicopter,
man.
replied, affirming for the second time that the Black Hawk saw the traffic.
Wouldn't I need to
The
stream
1825
during the day
has
for
the
that?
aircraft
True.
inside to request visual separation, he said. VSEP approved the controller
Well, actually, I don't know
replied.
what you're talking about.
It was their
They
last
got the
indication.
CVR
The Black
from the
Hawk was
chopper.
15 seconds away from crossing paths with the jet. Warrant Officer
They got
Eves
what?
then turned his attention to Captain Lobat.
They got the CVR from the
He
chopper,
told
and her
her
check pilot told her
he
to
believed
stop.
that air traffic
and
control
turn
wanted
left.
them to turn left towards
But she
the
was
east
pilot and
river
command.
bank. Turning left would have opened up more space between the helicopter and Flight 5342, which was
I'm
heading
pretty
towards
like,
runway
not I'm
33
pretty sure. I
at
don't
an
obviously I'm not
altitude
pretty
of
sure.
roughly 300
But like,
feet. So they were essentially at the same
it
altitude. because
sounds
the
to me like
helicopter
this was
at
on this was on
280 feet
purpose.
approximately. But then she did not turn left for some reason that nobody will be
You have a
able
huge
to
tinfoil hat. You
explain
think we
ever.
are in for the
Feel
most
free to
exciting
have
decade
your,
since World War II?
hypothesis
Oh
in the
no.
comments, but I don't know.
Exciting.
I asked this question on X. For what reason? After listening,
Who left? Somebody left the gangway.
air traffic controller
Shit,
said
man.
what was going on in a very congested area,
Missed.
that she should be turning left to up more
Our
space.
tank needs to push.
of
He's
the
just not
oncoming
pushing.
plane,
He's just fighting.
and she should have been flying way lower than that. Why did this happen? This shouldn't have happened. Anomaly, for those wondering, the report just dropped. The report for us is from the New York Times. So this is not a right-wing conspiracy or no. This is from the New York Times. So you at least know that they're going to bury.
Should we
the
check the flight path
DEI,
ourselves?
Non-decision at the end of the article, granted, but it's there. The missteps that led to fatal plane crash at Reagan National Airport. They really could have made this piece like 3 paragraphs long, but did an entire.
Can somebody
investigation
check the
trying
flight
to
path for
blame
me?
everyone but the
Yeah,
pilot.
this is crazy.
The anomaly
Like,
says I posted your post to my
Our
Facebook.
tank
Just a lot of
is
US
verified to
skaters.
see where it came from. I guess
Oh
we
yeah,
don't-
the
we
skater,
now
the
know
Olympic
where it comes from.
skaters.
MJ Tonko.
Was that?
We
It,
now know the official cause of the
So
DC plane crash
sad.
collision that killed a total of 67 people. And in part of the New York
Frickin'
Times
hell.
report, you see that missteps, equipment problems, and a common but
The
risky
conservative
practice led
and
to a fatal
bloc
crash. New
form a
details revealed
coalition.
by
They
the
have
Times show
more.
the complex failures on
Would be nice.
this,
I wouldn't mind.
crash
I wouldn't mind
and
that.
highlighted in
The
yellow.
liberals did it.
Oh, okay.
NDP
what
liberals.
we just read, that she did not turn left. And also, Captain Lovac says she would, but 2.5 minutes later, the Black Hawk still was above 200 feet, a dangerously high level. So, the helicopter, the Black Hawk, spent more than 2.5 minutes after
Oh, nice.
she being told that she should lower the aircraft, go lower than 200 feet for safety. 2.5 minutes is forever in flight time, especially in such a congested area.
Well, India and Pakistan are
An altitude of
going
400
where?
feet would
Well,
have been
they
unacceptable
found
into
footage of the
opposition.
attack, and
The
it
Black
looks like
Hawk
they were
uncomfortably
members of the
close to
Pakistan
departing
security
or
forces in the
landing
region.
airplanes. By about 8:44 p.m., it seemed to be in a more appropriate
Oh,
spot.
I'm sorry, Colin.
As the helicopter approached the Kiev bridge, from which it would
Wow, we
fly
did it.
south along the
Somehow.
river, Warrant Officer Eves stated
India
that it
closed
was
the border,
at
shut
300
off
feet and
any
descended to
shared
200
water
feet.
power
That's
roads.
necessary
Oh
because the
shit!
maximum height.
They sent troops to the region. They
That was crazy.
had
Maximum
small
height for
arms
its
fired.
route closer to the airport had dropped to 200
What
feet.
was like the catalyst for this?
That's another thing that I don't understand. They
like I know
should
they,
have,
I
like,
think have
electronic
sort of been
alarms
at
or
odds
something, or maybe
for a
the
while.
alarm
But
doesn't know exactly where the aircraft is, so it is on the pilot's responsibility to say, okay, I'm approaching this. I'm talking to the air traffic controller. They're telling me that I should approach under this elevation and then go for that elevation, but that didn't happen either. But even as it reached that juncture, Warren of
Why is Moyer's thing so
Oh my
long?
God, no.
repeat his instruction.
Can you res me?
It was at 300 feet. You have to lower.
you.
Have to go lower. And well, more reports. The New York Times story on the January DC plane crash hides its takeaway until the last sentences.
Wow.
The lady helicopter pilot
That was a crazy
ignored
shot.
multiple warnings from her right seat about altitude and is directly telling her to turn away and flew straight into a passenger jet. Yeah, that was horrific. There are some further opinions. It was back in February 19 from Johan P. The Black Box, the Black Hawks Black Box recordings, they already knew what was going on back then. It's a jaw dropper. The altitude tells the chopper's altimeter was off, way off. Pilot read 300 feet.
The Czech pilot
Instructor
was like a
saw
trainer letting her
400.
make mistakes.
But the real number
Which is part of
was,
his job,
278
making mistakes
feet,
that
well above the 200
close
foot
to the
ceiling.
airport.
They were flying blind on bad
Or that
data.
close to
So
like other
one thing,
paths, other
one
flight
thing that
paths.
we can agree is that there was a
Sounds like a
malfunction
bad
of
idea
the
to me.
altimeter in principle, right? Miscalls. Air traffic control screamed pass behind the jet, but the pilots didn't hear it. The mic was keyed at the worst moment, drowning out the warning. Seconds later, boom. Last second panic. The jet's pilots tried to pull up, nose pitch up just before
Hey,
impact.
what's up,
Too late. The
Gato?
Black Hawk crew,
Or
no
Gator,
clue what
sorry,
hit
Gator
them till it
nuts.
did. Night vision
Gato
goggles.
nuts.
I think
Gator
this was
nuts.
one of the most important things that happened in that.
Kind of just screwed, basically,
that,
I
disaster.
guess.
They were wearing night vision goggles, NVG, but did they obscure the jet's lights? Experts say it's possible they locked on
Another-
target in DC's crowded
How many
sky. You know
years?
that we
Another,
have
I don't know how
night
many
vision
years of
goggles that
a
they
liberal
enhance
government. Canada is
every single
destroyed
source of
because
light,
of the
and if
liberal
you have
government.
a very bright city, it's
So,
gonna
yeah,
enhance
that's what's
every
happening.
single light in the city, every single light in the airport. That is gonna be a mess. This wasn't just one mistake. It was a cascade of failures. 67 lives gone. There's also this. I wanted to talk about Vet
Keep the blue beam
Noor.
up.
Did a very good analysis back in February, and he was recapping of what could have happened, like assembling right now with the investigation and what the black box said back in January. I am presenting a hypothesis that the Black Hawk pilot was at fault and caused the
You can
disaster.
push that. I got you.
The Black Hawk pilot worked as a White House aide for the last 18 to 24 months. It is highly unlikely that she had any time to log hours as a pilot.
Thank you, thank
White
you.
House connections were probably used to schedule her some piloting
Woo!
time before she left the sea.
Yes,
The request
look at
was
that.
done using
That
the
was
number of
crazy.
Annual training. A check ride is a practical exam that a pilot must pass to be qualified to
Oh, man, I had to lock
specific
in.
You only got the
crew
tail
or
end, so
mission
basically,
duties. The
let's go
Army
back to,
does
let's go back
3
a
types
few.
of
Let's see, what's he talking about? We had a federal election
12K
today.
damage on that.
Well, thank you
Almost
for that. I
13K.
definitely
Oh my
will
god.
try someday for something. All Poco says for $2, Jake Meat has to wait
In
19 years to
Canada,
collect pension at
and
65.
it was
Yes,
basically
that's where I was
between the
always
Liberal
skeptical
Party
if he
and
was
the
actually
Conservative
motivated by the
Party.
pension. I think Jagmeet was motivated by being the leader. I think
And,
he liked being the leader, and he kept holding on because he knew as soon as the election was going to happen, he was
And as I
gonna
said, the Liberals destroyed Canada, and somehow
Your
Canadians
chamber
voted
says
for them
$5.
again.
Do you think the NDP will learn? It's
Oh,
lesson in
jeez.
over supporting the Liberals. Yes, and I think that's why we suspect the government in a coalition wouldn't last very long, because the NDP knows if they support them too much, you end up, why do you exist, is the reaction from many of their supporters. John Roberts says, who will coalition with Carney? NDP probably, and then maybe the Greens, if they need them.
Can we not?
Okay. And the funny thing is, again, in this election, the Liberals or the Conservatives literally did better. And it still feels just kind of crappy, of course, because losing always sucks.
Yeah.
Basically, Scorsese
I'm
says
freezing.
for $5, I have 10,000
This
mail-in
always
votes where I
happens
can
at the
deliver
beginning
them.
of each round.
I don't really think it's a mail-in ballot thing, dude. Cool Man A Bud for $5 says, could you see someone in the Calgary riding give up their
Your friend
seat
called
to
when I was
Pierre?
explaining.
It'd only be like an older candidate.
We
like
had
Pat
a
Kelly, if he
federal
didn't wanna be
election.
The guy still. And I think
Oh,
even
okay.
then,
The
what
whole
they'd
system
probably
needs a
do is
reboot.
say,
I
run in
agree.
another leadership
Shit,
if he
man.
loses his riding. Run in
My
another
game is
leadership, and if you
freezing.
win again, maybe someone will agree to step down who already wants to retire. SMAC for $5 says can't bother tipping, donating, volunteering out of compassion anymore. Vote Bankus next. Spencer Coe for 279 says the results say Trump is the real winner tonight. And you might be right by that, in the sense that Trump kind of got the government he wanted, which was the liberals, which makes everyone resent him a little bit more than they used to.
Oh my God, where's the team?
And Brendan
Not
Studer
sure.
says, "What's up with St. Boniface? St.
Dead.
Fidel riding in Winnipeg."
The
and
taxes
not having
y'all pay is
counted results." I
ridiculous.
think that's
It
what
is,
they
and
were
now
running
it's
in
just
without
gonna
us
get
dying.
worse
I
because of
think
these
they-
freaking
So running
liberals.
and buying them to die.
Ah,
Kelowna
jeez.
still
They want to.
super
They even want to tax us on rain. That's how fucking ridiculous these people are.
What else we got going on here? Fleetwood Port Kells is still close. Coquitlam Port Coquitlam, they still haven't counted anything new in. And
shit
doesn't look like
me.
there's anything too much more interesting to look at other than Skinny Bulky Valley is going conservative more and more as time goes on, which is good. Brendan Studer says, oh, yeah, here, did that one? Okay, says for $6.99, what was Pierre Poilievre's biggest mistake this campaign? I don't think it's even his mistake. I think it was a lot of HQ stuff behind the scenes. In a lot of ways, it was just, I think, the wrong issues. I think they shouldn't have let the Liberals have that quiet leadership race. If anything, they should have kept banging the drum during the leadership that this is a completely illegitimate process meant to try and paper over all their mistakes.
And why did they even do
And
that?
I think
Because
it was
like
more so the
they just
timeline,
selected Carney
the
anyway.
clock.
That was so
beats the
stupid.
Conservatives, because this election goes on for another
Pretending
7
like we were
days.
gonna
In my
vote
opinion, I think people move back
for a new liberal
conservative
leader.
more.
Yeah.
And then never mind. Like okay.
Murder Turtle says for $2.79.
And then the
Conservatives called
people are like,
by-election
eh,
to
there's no
Pierre.
corruption going on.
Again, I think that would
It's
have to
totally
do
fine.
with what happens in the aftermath if he doesn't win. They'll have to
They're all
decide
trying
if
to, like,
someone wants to
isolate
step
you.
down and for what reason and whatnot.
And also, like, selling it, like, on just a pure politics point, like, once he lost his own riding, he's kind of, like, the media's gonna dunk on him. The media's gonna dunk hard on him tomorrow. That it might not, it's gonna be hard for him to become prime minister of the country after losing.
Where's the team?
It's one of those things like, what's her name? In Arizona, she kept running for Senate or governor.
Carrie Lake?
Carrie Lake. Once you lose once, it becomes that you lose. Is kind of the brand a little bit. Even though he's won since 2004, and that used to be a tight riding that the Conservatives could
Just
lose
become
off
the
of,
United States. We might now.
Carlton, that he ended up winning.
We probably will now.
And that's the thing that sucks, is that when you lose, people just remember the loss. Chaos for You says we care about no one but Pierre for 279. Paul Pucco says Danielle Smith for leader of the CPC. I just don't think that that's really Danielle's style. She very much likes to go hard in a way where she knows she can be the premier of Alberta. I don't think she's trying to position herself to be the Prime Minister of Canada. Robert Rebecca.
I would vote for
$2.
Danielle
What's the
Smith.
odds Carney brings it back to Trudeau? I don't think so. I think that he is
Probably.
ballot box poison for them these days. BK for $2 says, what's the chance of Pierre Poilievre winning the popular vote? I think nothing in this for the national election. Ani336 says for $6.99, do you think Pierre runs in a by-election, stays as leader of the opposition, and runs again? He was great with young voters. And I would say that what you would probably say there is that, again, if he can, if
you
there's
wouldn't
a
mind
new
paying
leadership
more in
election
taxes
called, he
if we
says,
could really
you
have
know
good
what, I'm going to
healthcare.
step down as leader, we'll have an
Yeah,
interim, and I will run
mean-
as leader from outside of the caucus and prove that
I
people still
agree
want me
with
in
that.
an
Healthcare.
ideal area to run in.
Like having
Maybe
to
he could make
pay
the point,
crazy
but
amounts.
I think it's
is
almost
crazy.
like Trump running again in 2024. You kind of have to reintroduce yourself again. Anita D says for
If
$6.99,
it does
what are
anything, the
Pierre's
USA
options if he
people
loses
are
his seat?
starting to
I
figure
think we've been
out that
discussing
the
that a bit.
immigrant
It's
labor is a huge
almost,
burden on
I would say the
social
thing you do is
services.
step down, let someone else be
Saw
interim
Justin
leader,
Trudeau
and then
apologize
prove I
from
can still lead
bringing
this
in too
party.
many.
It has to
When
be a
did
bit
he
of a power
apologize? When did
move,
he
a little
apologize
bit.
for that?
Here's the mistakes that were made.
In the
here's how I'm
USA,
gonna
you're
improve
having
it,
a tooth and nail
you know,
fight to
here's
get them
why
out.
having a safer seat will actually allow me to do more as leader or something like that. Kyle Robinson just sends in $2. Thank you for that.
Is the audio
420 hitter for $2.
fuzzy
The
for you
MSN
guys?
propaganda is real in Canada. And it's a lot of voters who I'd say can sit home,
What happened?
watch legacy media all the time, or all day long, and in fact don't really have to live in the real Canada. You know what I mean? You don't
Is
have
your
to live
sound,
in real Canada if you're retired and you have a lot of money to retire on. You can just watch CBC all day, and you can live in the world that CBC
Yeah,
created.
yeah. Wyatt, your audio is messed up.
Oh, it's his audio.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, the
your
fuck?
audio is a bit warpy. You might want to like unplug and replug your mic. You just kind of started messing up there. Yeah. It's gonna drive people crazy. Don't worry, we got you. We got your team. We're on it.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, perfect. I think I was having a slight internet hiccup here. But yeah, I think there's a sort of person who,
I don't know why I'm using that now.
that when you can kind of, there are luxury voters, I think is the big problem in Canada. Luxury voters who have an extremely expensive house they live in with a lot of equity in it. You know, they're retired. And again, that's not all voters. Anyone who's watching our stream is not like a liberal who thinks like this. But there are a lot of people who have the ability to be luxury voters. Just as young people in 2015 were the luxury voters, where everything's pretty good in the country. We don't have to take things seriously. We can vote for pot. And then that didn't end up working out very well. And it's funny how, after 10 years, now younger voters and older voters have swapped positions, where older voters are the ones, we can vote to tell Trump to go, you know, screw himself, even though that is the party that Trump endorsed. Jennifer J, what is the likelihood that Trump can make all of Canada the 51st state? 0% chance. I don't think he even actually cares about it.
He cares.
Stephen
He
Huber
cares
for
somewhat
69.99. Thank you, Stephen. That's very
he cares
generous.
about the North American
Daniel
border.
Smith would be the next leader of the CPC, and I'm not sure if you were trying to include something else there, but like I like to go off on this a little bit more, especially thanks for donating that money. I think that Danielle is already not in a bad way, but she's already controversial and very enough and in a way that works in Alberta. I'm not somebody who like shies away from controversial figures, but I think that her reputation is so Alberta, her running federally would feel like the provinces are gonna have Alberta as their prime minister. You know what I mean? Just as that's why I don't think Tim Houston would do well. It feels like middle of the road,
40-year-old drummer
PC
voter.
politician from Nova Scotia is going to be your prime minister, not
If the
someone
people
who's
of
their
Canada
own
ask for
guy
it,
or
they
gal.
will get to be a state.
Bishmuk here says,
I don't think
for
many
$5,
are
I'm not
asking
sure
for
many
it,
Indo-Canadians did not vote for the Conservatives because
Oh,
the individuals
shit.
like Tim Uppel. I am not going to dispute that at all. Daniel Fung for $5. Richmond T. Stevenson. I feel like it's too close to call at Zach Siegel's election party. If there's more polls to count and I've missed them,
Oh my
maybe,
Wow.
hopefully. I'd like that if that happens.
Nice.
Polyev now down
I think I'm gonna
15,
take a little break.
1800 with about
Okay, yeah, no problem. That was a crazy game.
But yeah, that was fun.
Hopefully he pulls it out of a
Let's
hat.
see what I did.
Oh,
Let's see what I
nice.
did.
There's actually positive movement for Pierre at the end here, but
Yeah, Monster 000 for $5 says it's
Let's
so
see,
disappointing.
what else
Like
we
when
can
is
find
enough
here.
enough? There's mass drug.
Agenda-free TV.
Okay, yeah, we can
Who
chill.
are
I'll be
these
here.
guys?
Let me know when you're ready to play again.
Okay. Well, I need a little break from.
I think I did. But
From
thank you
this
so much. If you ever want to
game.
donate, go to agendafree.tv, agendafree.tv. But thank you for supporting the channel and allowing